these Eternity, this Eternity trio of Jakiro, Void Spirit, Grimstroke are pretty naturally well equipped to deal with a puck.
Yeah.
Right, you talked about there's two ways now to disable the puck through the phase shift. You know, you can preemptively lay down the Ice Path or the Aether Remnant. And then just the raw aggression, I think that the Inkswell Void Spirit can apply. I feel like it's going to be tough for Soul to really be that impact player.
So we see here once again Eternity going for a level 1 smoke. The last time they didn't find a kill initially, but then Moonlight as the Tiny got the toss and secured the kill on the Medusa. But it is now game number 2. Alpha, they have to win this to force to a game number 3. And this early on, you don't want to have your losses already. You don't want to have your losses already.
Well, you know, it's good to get, you know, it's, you know, in a copium manner, you know, get a loss out of the way. Yeah, you learn what teams are picking that you struggle against. Copium.
And that's.
The battle begins.
I see where you're speaking from as a happy sales manager there.
I don't know what you're talking about. Nothing to do with that. But I do really like this. So look at this top lane setup here. Ray is here already. And they are going to try and punish this TA. It is going to be the 5 Viper.
Yes.
And if they kill... Do they know Pingu? They're going to know Pingu TP. It could be better to just kill the Viper.
Yeah, I mean, without Viper, the TA is going to be... not... Oh, they are pretty hesitant to go in here for now.
I don't know. They know that the Jakiro has not shown yet.
Now they saw him.
Okay,
yeah,
well, he's going to throw Dual Breath and TP. All right. So really nice patience from Alpha. Giving up a kill there on the Viper there would have been pretty game-changing.
Once again, yeah.
Once again, yes, once again.
Yes. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, you mentioned like the Viper 5, which means that the Death Prophet is going to be a position 3 here. That's going to be just fine for the Weaver. This is going to be just fine.
Yeah, they have really no real way to kill the Weaver unless they catch him while he's Sakuchiing on a sentry. That would be maybe their one real way, but... You know, the one matchup we haven't really talked about is the Jakiro matchup versus Tusk in this bot lane. So tag team is just going to be significantly less impactful because of the presence of Ray with the dual breath, with the liquid fire down here.
Yeah.
And it does, once again, you know, the lanes are just getting underway, but it does feel like CDR has, or not CDR, Eternity has set up really good lanes for themselves once again.
Now, where we're expecting to see a first blood happen?
Ray, hold on.
Here,
Maybe here.
But tag team, as you mentioned, not going to be enough. Monster, meanwhile, taking a lot of damage in return.
It is also just tough to break through this twin-headed dragon. 700 HP. And top lane, there's the first blood.
They're going to find the kill onto Rises.
He has a fairy fire. It's fine. Yeah, and so we talked about the Jakiro being able to break Refraction, but Inkswell breaks it, and
Cinderbrew.
The Cinderbrew also. I'm trying to make sure it's a dot. It is a dot, right? Yeah. So they have multiple ways of breaking through Refraction. He actually doesn't even have it skilled, so it didn't matter in that kill. But yeah, not a great start for this TA. You talk about a hero who wants to be off to a fast start.
Yeah, especially like as you mentioned, like most people consider Brewmaster not really a great laner. Now at the same time, Revenant is not getting a lot of last hits so far. He is 6-2. At the same time, Monster also not having a good time. So both offlaners kinda off to a rough start.
Yeah, and we are seeing the impact of the 5 Viper, where if they can't really commit too hard to the TA, because then the Viper will just kill both of them. So The nice thing about the Brewmaster is you don't necessarily need to get a lot of farm to start. Your hero definitely just needs experience. And that's something that I think it looks like Moonlight's going to do a really nice job of making sure he gets those early levels.
Now, meanwhile, in the mid lane, it is the Puck versus the Void Spirit. Just both are going to be farming once again with the... Oh, actually, that's going to be an Aether Remnant. He already used the orb. But...
He has the water rune bottled up. FXRS will get the other bottle. Oh, he's gonna feed his courier.
Radiant's courier has been
Okay,
killed.
bit of an oopsie there.
As, meanwhile, bottom lane, they're gonna find the kill onto the Death Prophet.
Some Twitch tours going on here.
Hey.
But another thing I just keep thinking about interactions with these hero setups. If you get the swarm on these heroes in the bot lane, the attack speed slow from Jakiro is really crippling. So, you know, you get the bugs onto Monster with the Liquid Fire and the Dual Breath. You can't kill the bugs, and you can't run away. So just a really cool hero pairing between these two down here in the bot lane.
Yeah, and it really shows like this Tusk is not really able to do anything here, although Ray's stepping a little bit too far forward. And I might have just cursed Ray here as Flea.
I think Monster dies for this. I don't think this is worth it.
CDR going straight on top. There's a Spirit Siphon, and he will survive.
I completely lied. He was completely fine.
How dare you?
my bad. I mean, it obviously sucks to die in Jakiro like that, but he is going to get the full reset. So it feels very nice. He was like half resources.
Also looking potential to first stack here. No, just putting some wards down into this bottom jungle so that they know if that bounty rune has been taken or not.
We'll also be able to scout Tusk rotations.
Are scanning.
I think perhaps most importantly. So it'll be really... It also could scout a Puck rotation. So it kind of goes both ways as power runes are spawning. Moonlight, once again, by the way, we haven't seen Alpha rotate for power runes once. It's been only Moonlight that's been here, and as a result, he's gonna get this haste rune for his Void Spirit.
And there's going to be the miss call, but no, he's not gonna go top with that haste. But he will not show for a little bit, which means like everybody on the dire side will have to play a little bit more defensive. Oh, that's gonna be to jump in onto Soul after he used the Remnant and after he used the Orb here and another asset.
Oh, he dodged the coil!
Coil! Oh, and the high five. Come on, give me a high five, Soul there.
So Soul misses the coil and then just has to make the walk of shame back to base after that. And look at this. So because there's no coil, FXRS is gonna immediately sprint up. We missed the kill bottom.
Yeah,
the Death Rapid goes down.
They finish off Monster as
but look
the
at
TP
this.
from the Tusk left him all alone. There's the
Such
jump.
a heads-up rotation coming out. Do they have the damn?
They don't have the damage to get through Rises here.
I mean, Soul TP's up here, but he doesn't have coil. So just a bit of a wasted movement from Soul on the Puck.
I mean, it is giving the Tusk some nice experience in the mid lane, but you really need this on your Puck. As now looking at like the early dissolve of the laning stage here, the TA had a really good time up top. While the Brewmaster, as you mentioned, he just wants the levels. He's gonna get an urn, looking for a stick, and then immediate Agnum Scepter, as he is all gonna be about his ultimate.
Yeah, he'll have 6 relatively soon. He is a bit behind the TA. But Rise is, like we mentioned, he's off to a great start despite that first blood being given up by him. So it feels really nice. And this is what's so nice about having a TA safe lane, is you can just leave her to her devices now. She sets up the traps in the top lane, she can scout for herself, and she'll just power farm her way, already sitting top net worth. And the question is really going to be, how does Eternity punish this TA, if at all? right? The split will be up online for Revenant, so how are they going to choose to use that?
Yeah, I really gotta wonder. Oh, there's gonna be. They're trying to go here onto CDR. Nice ice path to separate the fight to CDR. Has the time lapse and he's out. Yeah.
Ambitious kill attempt. I'm not sure if they can kill him, but they're gonna set up maybe on Flea.
Uh-oh, Flea gonna get slowed here, and the silence coming out onto him. And with nice path follow-up, that is going to be Flea. Gets a snowball, but yeah. Get that Tusk gets FXRS. Also making his move towards the bottom lane, but already no further engagement.
Yeah, got the bot rune, was just investigating. So yeah, 1k gold lead is, like we mentioned, for Alpha. Most of that's off of the back of Revenant being pretty poor this game on the Brewmaster. But it's also partially on just how rich Rises is, right? Like we talked about. He is very farmed right now.
I like this rotation here from CDR coming top. Like already pressuring this tower, wanting to make sure that Rises doesn't get this time here in the top lane for much longer, and yeah, he's TPing out.
Bit interesting that Rises actually chooses to TP to the Ancients, because I feel like a lot of carries, when you're on the Dire as the bottom lane exorcism used by Jakiro, I feel like a lot of carries like to stay in that top area. Because it's so condensed, the camps are so condensed that the carries can flash farm it so quickly. But he actually just chooses to prioritize the Ancients here, gets the stack off. So I can't, he also has a stack at the hard camp, so maybe not too surprising at the end of the day.
So now we're gonna have to smoke here from the two supports from Alpha, Flea, and Pingu.
Yeah, but 2k gold lead here for Alpha, so they're looking really good right now. They're just making very crisp movements. They use their first exorcism and get the tower. And there will be a vessel online very soon here for Monster. So why does he choose vessel this game? It's not like the greatest vessel game, right?
Radiant's bottom tower.
Yeah, there's no like obvious vessel target like a Morphling Alchemist or Necro. But just like just a little bit more damage on like a Weaver after he had used time lapse or something like that. Because like Weaver, he is still very squishy. He all relies upon his mobility to survive.
Yeah, it's just weird. There's not a natural Spirit Vessel target this game. So it's a curious pickup. Have to see FXRS finds a freebie there with the haste room. And he actually goes... Okay, never mind. He does not go Travels. He had Travels queued up as his first item for a while. He will not be doing that.
Kaya first.
Yeah, also a bit weird. I thought maybe we might see the Witchblade. That's kind of the flavor of the month item for Void Spirits.
Tower is under attack.
It's a nice deep ward here from the Radiant side, scouting out Rises there, but at the same time they're scouted themselves on the Radiant side from this.
Look at how active CDR is playing. So they take that top tower. Oh, hold on, Moonlight
is getting gone on a nice Inksoul. They're trying to turn this around onto Rises. And Rises trying to get away. Dream Coil onto all three of them. There's going to be a split. And Monsters has the Exorcism, gets his silence out onto the Void Spirit, and they all just died.
What just happened there? Just a beautiful three-man coil there from Soul catching them, and they pretty much waste the split as a result. TP out, but there's a punch from Flea. And Alpha is looking really good now off the back of that. Just some great finds here in these last few engagements. Void Spirit just got completely caught out by a puck silence there. And that's the one thing that they don't really have an answer to the coil, right? We mentioned coil is their only lockdown, but if the Void Spirit gets coiled, he's just dead. As Ray?
If it is your only lockdown, but it's lockdown like that, I don't think you're that sad about it.
That's for your impertinence.
Yeah, I feel like the support duo here of Alpha is really what's making the difference. The Tusk Viper are so oppressive in these early to mid game fights
Dire's
that
top
they
tower
don't
is
really
under
have an
attack.
answer to them on Eternity. And as a result, Soul is getting so much. Rises is obviously completely free farming, by the way. He is now... He's 1,600 ahead of the Weaver.
Yeah.
And they're really just struggling to find these angles to take fights now on Eternity.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Now, for Eternity, they do have... Travels finished? No, Thomas.
On FXRS?
Yeah, he decided to go. He's decided to go now for the axe. Still has the travels in the quick buy. So
I do think I agree with going back for Ags. They are very lacking in ways to reliably
Dire's
kill.
top tower
oh
is under
CDR. It gets the time lapse and
No,
it's going to be out.
Missed coil. Nice bait.
Dire are scanning. Dire's
So
middle
another
tower is
missed
under
coil
attack.
there. I don't know if they'll be too upset, but they do find a freebie here. Oh? Will he tick out? He will not. Nice TP there from Moonlight. Yeah, and that is really the one thing we're just gonna. I feel like Eternity's lineup is really struggling in is,
Dire's
you know, we
middle
talked
tower
about this
is under
trio, the Grim, Jakiro, Void Spirit, but it feels like they haven't really been able to
attack.
get
Radiant's
anything
bottom
done with
tower
it.
is under attack.
Maybe they can find Monster here.
Looking to go on to him. That's gonna be the ice path jump forward here, and Spirit Sap is keeping Monster pretty
They're gonna use
tanky.
the split.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Alpha is pretty happy with that.
I don't think he needed to commit split there, but he was just a bit worried about Alpha taking the fight afterwards, I suppose. That's a pretty big CD now used, and so Alpha, they can look to punish this in the mid lane with the coil.
We're gonna go immediately onto the Void Spirit. A nice ice path there to stun him, but still not enough, and they bring him down. SXRS.
This was the entire reason why they picked this matchup, right? This mid-game timing where you can coil the Void Spirit. Plenty of damage follow-up with that Viper. And they're gonna keep going.
Yeah, gonna keep going. Gotta go.
Oh,
Dealt with the
goodbye.
dragon there.
And this is the exact timing that Alpha wants to hit, by the way. They are going to take this tower, and then they have Exorcism plus Deso here for Roshan.
Radiant's middle tower is
Yeah,
And you
Rice
can
is
see
already
already-
going in.
Rise is setting up. They have a ward outside here. Will be dewarded here by
Radiant's middle
Pingu.
tower has fallen.
Okay, maybe not. Chooses to not deward it.
Dire's top tower
There he
is under
goes.
attack.
But this is a free Roche completely. FXRS maybe gonna try and steal it.
In time, they are gonna jump here with Bleed directly onto Jakiro. Jakiro is going to die again. That's gonna be the soul bind.
Moonlight gets caught as well.
Moonlight. Any TP on out? No, too much damage there, and I mean Alpha. They have now 7,000 net worth lead. They're just running away with this.
Yeah, it doesn't. Eternity just don't really have
Illusion.
the greatest ways to punish Alpha right now, and we're really seeing why they wanted this TA, right?
Mm-hmm.
It didn't seem like the greatest game for the hero, but when you're this far ahead, it doesn't really matter. He just farmed so quickly, he got off to such a great start, and it's all, I think, because of this decision to put the Viper as a 5. He was
Yeah.
so dominant in that early laning stage. Just great decisions all around here from Alpha in this game too.
Fantastic adjustments there. Also, like the adjustment of like waiting on the top lane until Ray shows himself, because like they know, like in the previous game he ganked the top lane because he used the TP, and he was looking to do that exactly again. But this time they were aware of it, and is that now? I mean,
And I mean, FX are at the bottom. Soul.
Soul. They're gonna find the Aether Remnant, dissimulate, but the silence going to be there.
Punch.
Follow-up and the punch.
This Tusk puck pairing, you know, didn't mention it too much. Now the connection, though. Hold on. Soul, Moonlight.
Moonlight is going to die as well.
What a stark contrast, by the way. So Moonlight from game 1 to game 2. he seemed like on
Radiant's
another
middle
plane
tower
of
is under
existence on
attack.
his tiny. And this
Yeah.
game, a harsh fall
Dire's top tower is under attack.
to earth. This game, it feels like,
Radiant's bottom
with the
tower is under
Grimstroke, just
attack.
not really having the impact of the tiny.
A tale as old as time, the Icarus.
His feathers falling off in the sun.
Now that's gonna be a tier 2 tower, and I mean there's.
Radiant's bottom
I
tower
don't
is
think
under attack.
Dire are really looking to
Radiant's
stop
bottom
this,
tower has fallen.
as they have a significant lead. And I really kind of want, like, what is the Weaver supposed to do now?
I
Before
mean,
he has
that-
a BKB, he just dies.
That's a really good question. It feels like he can't really join fights. The one upside they do oh, great find here.
That's gonna be the Dream Coil once again off the Void Spirit, and
Just beautiful setup from Flea there.
That trick won the great brawl at Whitefields.
Flea's really showing his stuff this game. Macropyre laid out. You mentioned the Weaver, and yeah, it doesn't feel like he can join until he has that BKB. The one plus side is that Alpha don't really have the greatest ways to punish his split push. But you know, at the same time, they're kind of just killing the outer towers of Eternity regardless.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Gonna maybe chase Rises. They're trying to get nice path range.
not quite. It's now Revenant. He still has the split, but it's gonna get punched here. Follow up stun, and
He doesn't get it off.
Split off. Oh. XD comes out here as Flea goes under the tower. Doesn't have any more stun though. But they're just falling left, right, and center.
And Eternity just seemed a bit lost this game. You know, they try to force that mid play. They probably don't really have any business really trying to do that. And Alpha, they're just gonna walk up the high ground here. What's to stop them at this point? Another re-engage here.
Yeah. And unlike Alpha in the previous game where they had like a Medusa with a Skadi to hold high ground, here, like, who can really hold high ground? Like, Jakiro Macropyre is one thing.
There is a buyback used on the Grimstroke will dissuade them going high ground any further, but 12k gold lead here for Alpha. They are in the driver's seat. And
And
you
we
can
have
look
a
we
BKB
see-
finished on the TA once
This
she
is the
has.
desperation smoke here. They need to find something off this.
Of some sort.
It's a BKB on the Weaver. What can they find?
BKB completed on Rises though as well.
Yeah. As at the same time, Flea waiting behind them. Oh, he's looking. He's gonna be spotted on the ward though. He's gonna get gone on first. Ice Path.
They don't really have the damage to kill Flea. They need to just kind of poke at him for now.
As
Well,
at
that
the same
happens.
time,
That's a
uh-oh,
dieback on
Moonlight.
Moonlight.
And they find the Brewmaster as well. He can't get a split off.
They're gonna go
No
more.
jump
CDR.
forward. And CDR gets a time lapse off, has a BKB, but
Oh
you
my
know,
god, he's just dead.
there was a BKB Weaver there. He died very quickly.
Just way too much damage coming out from the TA at this point.
Radiant's top tower is
14k
under
gold
attack.
lead here for Alpha. And it doesn't seem like Eternity has very many answers at this point.
Yeah, this seems like a quick one. Quick game number 2 here, Brightside. Not really sure
Yeah,
what else to say about this.
Radiant's middle tower is under
They can
attack.
lay down the macro. No exorcism for 35 seconds, but
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I
Dire's
don't
think
really know
Alpha
what
cares.
Alpha is. Yeah, I just don't know what they're scared of at
Radiant's
this
middle tower
point.
is under attack.
Yeah.
They will back up and respect the respawns.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And we might just see a repeat here game 2. They're gonna probably just close out the map. Monster TP's bottom to shove this in. And then they're gonna reconvene looking for the second Roche. That'll be the real nail in the coffin for Eternity this game.
Now Rises is a little bit alone here as the entirety of Radiant forms back into a triangle. Getting
Does
some
have
nasty
BKB
woods.
this game. And that is really the one thing, right, we didn't mention on the side of Eternity is you know, we thought Alpha might be low on lockdown, but Eternity don't have much either, right?
Yeah.
You know, we didn't really mention it, but how did they prevent Rises from getting a BKB off? Well, that's a dead Brewmaster.
Radiant's middle tower
That hero is
has
supposed to
fallen.
be tanky. Did you know?
Radiant's middle
Is he?
barracks are under
I couldn't have told. Couldn't
Yeah.
have known
Radiant's
that.
middle barracks
And that's
has
Exorcism used, and that'll be at least 1 Rex, maybe
Radiant's
2.
bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah,
Not
the Jax-
sure what's left in the tank here.
CDR. There's gonna be the smoke. Trying to hit onto Flea here. We're doing some good damage onto the
They got
Tusk.
the puck.
Oh,
Hold
the
up.
puck is gonna get found here and it's going to fall. Blink out from the TA as they now realize they have to back off.
That
They'll
was the
take the tier
Ags
3.
reveal.
Dire's top tower
Nice
is
reveal
under
there from
attack.
FXRS here with the Ags. Will dissuade them, so they only lose 1 Rex. But puck is just not the kill they wanted at this point. The TA is the true monster.
Yeah. Now, there's gonna be another smoke coming from the Radiant. Are they? Flea is already away.
They
Actually,
want to
it's
find another kill here with this Ags, and they will find it.
gonna- Yeah, they'll find the Tusk.
So nice chaining here. This Ags on the Void Sphere is one of their few tickets back into this game. Right? The silence against the puck, specifically, it gives them a tool to actually kill Soul. Something that they didn't really have before.
Radiant
We'll have to
are
see. They
scanning.
need to be really careful here on Alpha to not chain bleed too many kills. They set up a really aggressive mid ward here on Eternity to see if they can catch somebody lacking.
Yes, oh. Okay, we checked if the BKB works.
Oh, they saw the BKB used. They know they
Oh,
can kill
saw that they're
Monster.
gonna jump.
Under attack.
Oh, a little bit too early there. Couldn't get in range onto Monster. Although Rises is gonna get jumpy. That's gonna be the split, and Dire are gonna back off.
The split and run tactic. They do get the mid tower.
Dire's middle tower.
They are gonna re-smoke though here. Oh, that does not break it. Today I learned.
Does not break the smoke.
Roshan is alive, and there's no split now, so maybe Alpha just walks into the pit here.
Dire's middle tower
There
is
will be a
under attack.
DD on this Weaver, though.
It's also the courier of the Weaver. Oh, they
Again,
couldn't
it
finish
is-
him off.
It is still a 15k gold lead here. They're going to walk into Roshan on Alpha. So it's
Yeah.
all on Eternity to try to find a fight.
Also, it's important to note, EA already bought her own shards, so the silence is going to be crippling to a hero like Void Spirit and Weaver.
Do they not know this is going on? They don't. And they're just going to get caught here by the coil.
Uh-oh, the Dream Call straight onto Weaver. Weaver has a BKB, the Walrus Punch goes through. Rises now approaches
They have
here
to
and
run.
the shard.
Radiant's top
Oh,
tower
CDR.
is under attack.
He has
Oh,
the
he's going to
time-lapse
die.
back.
That is not where you want to be, man. CDR.
Uh-oh.
He got forced to time-lapse back into the entirety of Alpha.
As at the same time, Rise is just terrorizing the back line. Oh, that courier does not belong to
Radiant's
the world.
courier has
Yeah, you
been
said he
killed.
bought his shard, by the way. He just has the free shard still in his backpack. Says that's mine.
Radiant's top
Nobody else can
tower
have
is
it.
under attack.
Hidden man's grim.
But yeah, free Roshan
Yes,
taken.
jump.
They're just gonna re-engage here.
Brewmaster will survive the engagement. They are going to turn this around onto the Tusk. Throwback
Okay.
coming out.
That's the gem down. Monster will pick it back up though. He had another split on Brewmaster, by the way. He just didn't get to use it again. It's like a
Yeah. Uh-oh. That's going to be a jump now onto Rises. Rises still, of course, has the Aegis. That's the
They're gonna
Dream
get
Call
it.
onto all 3 of them, but where's the damage into it?
He's a bit deep, actually. Do they have enough
Yeah.
damage to bring him down a second time? Doesn't look like it.
No.
The answer is no.
He also still has BKB.
Yeah, he's completely fine.
That's the blink away. Jump forward here by FXRS. That's going to be now the BKB
Where's the
from the
BKB?
TA.
They
Okay,
do
now-
have. They still have Glyph, so they're actually gonna hold this.
Mm-hmm.
So They get the Aegis and they don't lose any barracks on the side of Eternity. That's about as good as you could ask for at this point in the game.
For sure, for sure. It's not gonna get easier though. And I really just... it's really a lot on like, can they find a proper jump? Which I feel like is very often the case with like Grimstroke. You want to have like a good jump with the Inkswell and like a hero like Void Spirit or Weaver, but they haven't really been able to find that in this game yet.
Yeah, and you know, this Grimstroke Void Spirit pairing just hasn't really come to fruition, maybe as much as they had wanted on the side of Eternity.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the TA found an enchanted quiver. Oh no.
Oh, that's pretty nice. The ones, you know, there is some small slivers of hope here, I suppose, for Eternity, right? Rises is pretty much capped. You know,
No
he's
cap.
got Blink Dragonlance to upgrade still, but in terms of, you know, significant upgrades, there's not many. They're gonna go.
Oh,
What a
just
blank.
blink out, and FXRS can't catch up. Oh, they are still going to see him. There's a sentry ward here.
They're gonna
It's be
force. They're gonna force this fight. They can isolate. There's no TA.
They found the green coil onto the Void Spirit. The Void Spirit just died, and they're all falling around.
Just the best case find there. They find the coil on the Void Spirit. I actually thought that might be a good fight, Apon.
Yeah, I thought
They
so
got
too.
they got the tornado onto the TA to start the fight, but there's just way too much damage from the other heroes.
Yeah.
They will just march right back up the high ground here.
Rises, no cares.
Radiant's bottom barracks are under attack.
It'll be at least be one Rex. They cannot get megas, unfortunately. There's a tier 2 in the top lane still.
Radiant's bottom barracks has fallen.
But the game is not getting easier, Apon, like you mentioned.
Especially as Revenant has been overtaken, nearly overtaken by both the supports of Alpha.
Yeah, this Brewmaster just has not had a great time this game.
I mean, to be fair, who had a great time on the Radiant side?
Well, that's a good point. We do have some excellent scoreline synergy, though, right? On the side of the Radiant, we've got both Revenant
Radiant's
and
top tower is
FXRS are
under
2,
attack.
5, and 3, and then Moonlight is 2, 7, and 3. So we've got some. They've really coordinated their storylines this game, it would appear.
Radiant's top tower
Yes.
has fallen.
I'm a little bit disappointed that either Revenant or FXRS should have one less death than it will be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in terms of
That
death.
that's also true. They're gonna try and poke Revenant here. He does have split still.
Yeah.
Not gonna commit too hard.
And it's just they're very similar to how Eternity had no rush to finish a game. Like Alpha has no rush whatsoever, and it is gonna take a miracle for Radiant to win this.
Yeah, if there is one timing that Eternity could play for, that would be the Scotty on CDR, but I don't think he's gonna get there. Look at this smoke wraparound, beautifully done.
Straight onto the Brewmaster. Brewmaster did buy back. CDR is into the backlines. There's the split coming out, going on to Monster.
Radiant's courier has been
CDR.
Not finding anything. CDR.
CDR. Gonna get silenced again. He's dead. We'll find Pingu.
Yay! We got a counter kill.
Have another split if they can get it off, but this trap silence is so crippling.
Oh, he gets it off.
Oh,
However,
the Storm Panda got 2-shot. Oh, okay.
all 3 pandas took it the longest 3 hits.
Just too much control, too many silences.
Yeah.
As Alpha, GG's called. A dominating performance from Alpha. So 2 dominating performances both ways now. Alpha or